On this farm, humans get impregnated to produce milk and meat.
Nora and Alec decide to stay in a dubious cabin. They find themselves captives in a cult-like community that treats them like farm animals.
Okay.
As couple of Nora and Alec drive to the countryside, they find themselves on an unfamiliar route. Nora knows they're lost. She grows irritated by the minute.
Pause! Listen, I have a mentorship called the Moolah Membership where I'm going to teach you how to get rich with business, YouTube, crypto, stocks, financial literacy, credit, every single way. Now, I became a millionaire by the time I was 23 years old. I'm going to teach you step by step for only $50. Click the first link in the description right now and get added to my group chat where I'm going to give you one-on-one help to make sure you get rich in 2024. Click it right now. Stop tweaking because we got very limited spots and I don't want you to miss this bag.
Not long after, they stop by an abandoned diner. Wanting to urinate in an actual bathroom, Nora excuses herself to look for one. She ends up at the back of the facility where she finds the remains of a camp that has a few important items like a wallet and phone.
Nora kind of stupid. Why is Nora like in the back of nowhere? Like there was nothing in the back there, but she still went.
However, she tosses them back and proceeds to do her business, not knowing.
Did she not say she wanted to go to a bathroom? Okay, bro. Liar.
A human skull lies nearby. As they drive away, they unknowingly pass by a pile of human skeletons. The car, Nora tells Alec about the abandoned campsite, but he's not interested because he's more concerned that they'll soon run out of gas. They keep on driving until they spot a woman with a broken car. Alec offers to help her with his jumper cables, and the woman accepts.
I don't trust him. I'm not stopping for nobody, bro. I'm not stopping. I'll call 911 for you. Or whoever I need to call. I'll call a towing company. I can't do it. I'm not getting out my car. I don't care who you are.
He tries to fix the vehicle. The woman asks Nora why Alec hasn't married her yet. This surprises Nora, so she tells her that it's none of her business. The woman takes offense to this and replies that people like Nora are irresponsible and privileged. Nora reminds the woman that they're helping her, to which the woman rebuts that she's never asked for help. Because of...
Man! Okay, bro. This is why you don't help old white people, bro. I'm kidding to a certain extent. I don't know, man. It's really wishy-washy. Especially if you look like me, it's very wishy-washy, bro.
To this, Nora tells Alec that they're going, leaving the woman without fixing her car. As they drive away, Nora complains about Alec jumping in to save the day from the crabby woman. He defends that he was being nice, but his girlfriend notes that she avoids the country to avoid people like her. Later on, they reach a diner and decide to grab a bite. After finishing their meaty burgers, Alec notices that a weird man keeps staring at them from the end of the aisle.
Oh!
Alec notices that a weird...
Am I blind? Him? I guess him. It looked like I thought he was looking down. I think it's him. I think he's looking to his left, but it looked like he's looking down.
The man keeps staring at them from the end of the aisle. However, Nora reassures him that he's probably just curious about visitors. As they get up to leave, the weird man suddenly grabs Nora's arm and warns her that she's not safe until when Alec interferes. The man lets go, and the couple leaves.
I would have left. I would have listened to him. I don't care. Someone told me I'm not safe where I am. I don't need any explanation, bro. It's whatever I'm doing is not that serious. I'm going home. I'm going home. I don't care no more. I'm going straight home.
Alec asks Nora if she's okay. She responds that the incident was no big deal. Not long after, they reach a gas station, where Alec asks the cashier if there are any hostels in the area. The cashier tells them about a cabin just down the road, so they head back to their car. As they leave, however, the cashier watches them. While they drive to the place, Nora notes that she wants to check the place before deciding to stay there. However, Alec insists on taking a break instead of getting into unwanted accidents while driving in.
Where are you going?
While reaching the cabin, they notice many parked cars around, so Alec sees this as a sign that other people are inside. Once they enter the cabin, Nora gets creeped out and asks Alec if they could just go. However, he reassures her that...
I thought Nora was the alien idiot, but this nigga Alec is stupid as hell. Who sleeps in cabins? I forgot. Some of y'all like going into the middle of the mountains, you know, laying in a cabin. You know, some of y'all think it's relaxing. That is stress. That is stress. I don't want to be surrounded by, no. It's a very much Caucasian activity.
People have been there based on the use plates on the table. As they look around, they can't find anyone to help them check in, so they go upstairs. To their surprise, the landlord with a disfigured face greets them. He apologizes for not hearing them and asks where they're from. Alec replies that they came from Los Angeles. After this, the landlord leads them to the cabin. which happens to be isolated from others. He explains that he used to be rented by Boy Scout troops or church groups, hence the bunk beds around. Since their usuals haven't checked in lately, he turned the cabins into motels.
What's wrong with his mouth? He looked like a camel. Besides that, though, why y'all not picking up the red flags? Why are we ignoring every single red flag? I don't understand.
Alec casually asks if the landlord has been there long, so the man notes that he's been running the place since 1989. He starts rambling about driving away from everything he knew when he stumbled upon the place and fell in love with it. Immediately, he asks for a job there to fix up the cabins. A woman named Mrs. Anderson used to own it, but she passed away 4 years ago, leaving the motel to him. Tired of the casual talk, Nora cuts the dialogue short and says they need a break. The landlord gets offended and loudly shuts the door as he leaves. She argues that she's repulsed by the man's appearance. As the couple talks,
He kicked him out the room because he was ugly. That is wild. That is a wild statement to say. I'm gonna be honest. That is a crazy statement to say.
they fail to notice the blood stain on the bed. At night, they prepare for bed and drift off to sleep sound, unaware of the figure that's under their bed. When morning comes, the figure moves out of the bed, revealing himself as a man with a sheet mask. He towers over the sleeping couple and leans closer. Later, Nora wakes up in the kitchen.
They deserve it. I'm gonna give it a buck. They deserve it. They did no research on the place they were staying. They ignored every single red flag. Yeah, they deserve it.
She struggles to set herself free, but another man indigo
Yes, sir. 450,349 cheers. X100. L dog.
What dog? What are you talking about?
Need to grab a stone near her and use it to break the lock. However, the man returns with another man in a cow mask, pours a liquid substance over Nora, making her lose consciousness. Soon she wakes up in a barn, tied to a chair with her legs spread open. Suddenly, a rabbit-masked vet barges into the barn and forcibly inserts something between her legs. The woman inseminates her like livestock.
She just injected her. Oh, okay. I mean, that's how does say humans get impregnated to produce milk and meat, so.
Nora can't do anything but scream. The vet simply walks out despite Nora's cries and screams. The process weakens her. When two masked men enter the barn to transport her, she no longer has the energy to fight back. Back in a cage, Nora gets pulled in a wagon by the man in the cow mask. She gets transported. She sees that these animal masked people have an entire community. Shortly after, the wagon stops.
Maybe these are the vegans. They truly got sick and tired of how we were treating animals, so they're like, you know what, after we're gonna treat humans like that. You know, W vegans.
The man in the cow mask dumps Nora into a stable. As soon as she's alone, she immediately pries the window open and lets Nora in. While the women are held captive in stables, the men are placed in tight cages. Unfortunately, Alec meets the same fate and even has a muzzle in his mouth. He desperately screams for help from the other men, but they've all given up. They're just waiting to die. Suddenly,
Damn, they're just like animals, bro. Vegans, is this your plan? Is a vegan teacher your leader? Don't get me, I eat oranges and bananas, okay? So I'm good. You don't have to touch me. I can join y'all. If y'all ever have this idea, I can hop on the bandwagon. Don't get it twisted.
X Guy Gamer 76 cheers. X100. At least they got the hay to sit on.
Ah, yes, the hay. It makes it all better.
captive man with a control ball, then dash him in the head with a hammer. After this, they do the same thing. They did what?
I don't think I heard that word. You know, I think I was distracted by my oranges.
For one captive man with a waiting to die. Suddenly, three masked men enter the stables. They secure one captive man with a control ball, then dash him in the head with a hammer. After this, they do the same thing with another captive. Alec freezes while witnessing this, but then he becomes hysterical, grab on his cage in sheer fear. This causes the men to approach his cage and attempt to capture him with a control ball. Alec fights back and tries to escape. The other man knocks him out with a hammer. Landlord Alec and the other
Oh, so they just knocked him out. They didn't kill him. They just knocked him out. That's all that was.
are unconscious captives in the wagon. After delivering them to the slaughterhouse, the man with a pig mask carries a bag of human limbs all over the tight-knit town. Before putting them away, he sees a car pull up nearby, so he waves at the driver and stows the bag in an office. He then approaches the driver and helps him carry a new captive into the stables. Later on, the man with the pig mask meets up with the landlord, who acts as the ringleader of his family. The landlord notes that they have ordered to feed 80 She asks him if they will have the food ready. Despite the man in the pig mask not speaking, the landlord understands his blank replies. Angry, the landlord barges into the kitchen and demands that the food be ready in 2.5 hours. So,
who needs 80 people? Who is eating? Who's that hungry to have to eat 80? That's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of bodies.
There's plans to meet for the lasagna and cook stew. However, as he picks up a call from his customer, he realizes that the client will be picking up the food early. Because of this, he tells the man in the pig mask that they have to use their dairy livestock to compensate. In a separate stable, several
Their dairy livestock? Oh, that means they have to use the women. They have to eat some women. Okay.
Put into cages with suction tubes in their bosoms. Once the coast is clear, Andrew, the cashier from the gas cages with dairy livestock to compensate. In a separate stable, several.
Okay. Alright, let's eat it.
Once the coast is clear, Andrew, the cashier from the gas station, enters the stables and tries to comfort the bereaved mother.
Oh my God.
The childish man gets furious and tells the woman it's their fault for being bad humans. Elsewhere, the landlord receives a complaint from the
They're all on the same side.
After they found a tooth in their food, he reassures them that they'll get compensated. Then he ends the call when someone calls the man in the pig mask for an urgent matter. The landlord goes to the stables and discovers that one of the women is dead. They notice the wood stabbed in the woman's chest has Andrew's name carved on it, so the landlord immediately orders his men to find her. Meanwhile, Nora meets the captive next to her.
Who killed her?
He's been there for 2 years.
Oh my God, that looks so old. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna eat my oranges and playing play.
He says all the captives are treated like farm animals. She was impregnated to the point that she can't get pregnant anymore.
What?
She's already died.
It's only been 2 years. What does that mean?
She's more relieved than sad. After the woman tells her that there's no way out, Nora starts to panic. Suddenly, she hears another woman cry from a separate cell. The woman's name is Ashley. She's been held captive for 2 weeks. Nora reassures Ashley that they will escape together. Elsewhere, Andrew plays with human hands when one of the landlord's men finds him. He cries, defending that the woman was mean. The man still drags him out. Shortly after, the landlord reprimands him for wasting the resources. As a punishment, he's to help the farmhands in feeding the captives. However, he accidentally tips the bucket filled with food and immediately...
Oh yeah, food? Is that what we call that? Is that food? I call that diarrhea. That is not food. What is that? It's not food.
The food immediately runs to avoid the consequences. The man in the big mask looks for him and finds him running out of the greenhouse. Andrew rushes to the kitchen and hands him a reckoning to the landlord, then thanks him for his thoughtfulness. The landlord
X-Guy Gamer
decides to
76 cheered. X100. Fat bar.
Or that. I think it's more diarrhea though.
Andrew tells the man with the pig mask to dispose of the woman who can't produce milk. The stables men enter the stall next to Nora and tie the other woman up. Nora watches as the man in the pig mask is slaughtered. Horrified, Nora sinks to the floor, barely able to process what's happened. Later, the men leave and the stables fall quiet. Suddenly, the door rattles and Nora cowers in fear. However, she feels relieved when she sees Alec.
How the hell you get out? What?
Who tells her to escape with him. The two Nora cowers in fear. However, she feels relieved when she sees Alec, who tells her to escape with him. The two make their way out of the stables while avoiding the farmhands. Soon, they find a truck, but it won't start. A farmhand gets alerted when she tries to turn the engine on, so Nora assists the injured Alec in hiding. They go around the vehicle and see the farmhand here stepped away from him.
You're telling me he did not see the little dress poking out, bro?
Nora assists the injured
Come on,
Alec.
bro. Come on, bro. You can't see the little dress on the
Vehicle and see the farmhand here stepped away from him. Luckily, a bell rings in the distance and the man rushes away. They continue their escape and find a church. Thinking it's safe inside, Nora carries Alec into the church, where they find pews covered in plastic. Nora checks the altar and finds a sharp object, while Alec notices the mural on the wall of what seems to be Jesus.
They really think it's okay. I think these are L plot, L main characters, L everyone. Besides the vegans, W vegans.
As follows, their faces are covered in animal masks. From the window, Alec spots the cow masked man, so they hide just before he enters.
X-Guy
Nora
Gamer
watches as the man
76
sits-
cheered. X100. Whoever made this movie is a serial killer.
I think the person who made this movie had such a positive and beautiful imagination. That's all it was. A very positive and active imagination. That's it.
Front to pray, so she takes a chance to escape while he's occupied. However, in their attempt, the floorboard creaks. The man rings the church bells to alert the others. The couple desperately tries to escape, but Alec gets caught in a bear trap. Nora
Alec has been holding you back, girl. Nora, I think you should listen to the granny. Okay, he hasn't proposed. Clearly, he's just a hassle. Okay, sure, he saved you, but he's the reason why you're in this position in the first place. Because when you wanted to leave, he was like, no, it'll be fine. No, it'll be fine. And now look at you. Paddle.
tries to help him, but as the farmhands approach, she has no choice but to save herself. Just then, the farmhands steam up, carrying a huge rock and dropping it in Alec's head. She hears the crisp sound of his crushed skull. Nora continues her escape.
He deserved it.
She ends up hiding in the male stables just before Andrew and the landlord enter.
He deserved it.
In the stables, Nora asks one of the captured men about how to escape the place. The man tells her that there is a functional bus that the farmhands use for transporting their victims. He also tells her where the keys are, so Nora thanks him and heads out. However, Andrew turns just as she runs, and he and the landlord simply smile. As she goes to where the keys are, Nora tries her best to hide from the masked people. Just then, she passes by a gasoline station, where she finds a masked man driving away in a car. She follows the car and ends up in a parking lot. There, she grabs a hammer and kills the masked man. However, a farmhand suddenly appears, so Nora rushes.
Hop in the whip. Hop in the whip.
First, the car struggles to start.
How? Why does every car in horror show struggle to start? When are they going to start adding push to starts in a horror movie? I'm getting tired of seeing these Keys family, bro. When are they going to start adding push to starts? Like, come on, bro.
A huge smile is plastered on Nora's face, relieved that she finally escaped. Just then, the engine fails, and she's left with no choice but to bust out of the car and run for it. As the farmhands chase after her, Nora runs into the kitchen and into the basement. There, she sees a window and tries to escape through it. The farmhands corner her, but struggle to reach her through the pipes. Nora finally opens the window, but as she climbs out, a man grabs her ankle. She takes the sharp object that she got from the tree.
So she actively ran into a basement full of them? I don't understand the plot. This is ass. This is stupid. This is beyond dumb.
Stabs, allowing her to run.
Why are y'all yelling in my chat?
She sees the bus that the man talked about. It happens to be close to the stables where Ashley is, so Nora decides to get her. Ashley is afraid to go with her. She comes anyway. As they get on the bus, they realize that they don't have the keys, so they run to the nearby house to get them. Nora finds the keys. They immediately run back to the bus. She starts the engine and smiles, knowing that this time they're finally free. However, she realizes that Ashley has fallen quiet. To their horror, all the farmhands.
Oh my lord! Oh my god! Oh, they're so stupid.
Staring right back at them. Soon the masked people gather around the dinner table with the two women served with apples and lemonades.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. That was fire.